Hey guys, welcome to Technability. So what we have here today is a Nokia Lumia 928. Now this phone is specifically, or supposed to be specifically for Verizon, but you can see up top it has a SIM card slot and it's unlocked for GSM carriers. Now before I get to anything, I know a lot of people have been having issues with getting MMSs sent if you're trying to use this phone for T-Mobile or I think AT&T. But if you download access points from the App Store, you can go ahead and actually edit the APN, because with this device, when you put in your T-Mobile SIM, you can't go into the settings and edit your APN. But if you download access points from the market, you can go ahead and get that done, and then go ahead and add the MMS, APN, and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get started here with the lock screen. Obviously, the Nokia Lumia 928 is running Windows Phone 8, upgradable to Windows Phone 8.1 as soon as that's released. First thing, let's go through the hardware. You got a 720p display or 768p display with about a little bit over 330 pixels per inch, and it's a clear black AMOLED display. Got great viewing angles. It's running on a dual-core Snapdragon S4 Crate 1.5 GHz processor, a gig of RAM, and 32 gigabytes of internal storage. No expandable storage, no removable battery. It's basically a slab of polycarbonate. It's a nice build. It's a little bit over 10 millimeters in thickness, but in any case, it's still a nice looking device. Feels good in the hand, feels durable. You can see the volume rocker, the power button, and something that you don't see on phones these days too often, a hardware camera key. And then of course up top you have the micro USB slot and 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and on the bottom you have nothing. So with Windows Phone 8, of course, you're going to get similar to what you get with Windows Phone 7, except you got a customizable grid now where you can actually decrease the icon size and increase the icon size as you so please, as you can see. So the grid comes out basically looking like this, and you can make it look however you like. You can have a row of a bunch of small icons if you want, or rows of larger icons, or tiles, excuse me, I'm calling them icons, but tiles. Of course you have the live tiles in various different places, such as the people, contacts. But the thing is, some of these live tiles, when you shrink them down to the smallest size, are no longer live. Now obviously if you swipe over this way, you got your app list, which eventually if you have a certain amount of apps, you'll get them optimized by letter, and you can of course search them as you so please. And the great thing about Windows Phone, and I've always liked this about Windows Phone, you can uninstall anything, practically anything. I mean, in terms of bloatware, if you see any bloatware that comes with the phone, easily uninstallable. Alright, so let's look at the lock screen here. Alright, so the lock screen is pretty minimal. It's the only wallpaper that you can change in the entire device. You can't change the wallpaper of the actual home screen. So you have obviously those wallpaper you set right here on the lock screen. Swiping up will unlock the device for you. And if we go into settings here, go to theme, you could change the theme. You could change the background to light. Okay. And if I want to go back to where I just was, I could just do as such, click right here, change it back to Windows Phone. In terms of its fluidity and smoothness, I mean, who would have any complaints, right? It runs like a champ. The viewing angles are fantastic on this device, and viewing it in sunlight is great. And one of the other things that I like, that I've set as default, is using the higher touch sensitivity. Basically made for it's basically made for gloves. Now let's just go ahead and test it here with a let's see if we could test it here with a towel. Yeah, works with the towel. Pretty fairly thick towel, but you can see it's responding to my touch, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's a pretty cool little feature there. I leave it at that as default because it just definitely ups the touch sensitivity of the device. Now with that said, let's go through everything here one by one. You have the dialer, you have your people contacts, you have Internet Explorer, which to this day I do believe Internet Explorer has the best pinch zoom you can possibly find on a browser. It's so smooth, so clean, just immediate to your response, and just very fast. And you can see the text is super clear, super crisp. You might still see a little bit of pixelation here and there, and I'm not sure why that is, but in any case, there's still some pixelation here and there on the home screen, as well as with certain text. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that with the video. Actually, you might be able to see that. You could see there's a little pixelation there with the messages, but it's not a big deal. I mean, really, it's not something that you're going to notice unless you really zoom your eyes right into it. Of course, you have the email app. You have the App Store, which the App Store from previous iterations of Windows Phone, such as Windows Phone 7, has been much improved. I have to say it's a lot faster. If I click on apps, get to where I want to get to, and I don't know how my network is right here. but Nokia collection, and it's very minimal. And you can see a lot of these other OSs like iOS 7 and Android have been taking this minimal feel. Okay, see, I don't have data. Let me go ahead and see if I can connect to my Wi-Fi. They're getting that similar tile or swiping gesture-based OS within their operating system. You know, you got various competitors in the market who are taking a lot of things that Windows Phone's already done and doing their own little thing with it. Of course, you have the messaging app. Let's go ahead and just open this here. Alright, very simplistic, again, very minimal. Keyboard, super responsive. Okay. Hey, how are you today? Okay, responded to that immediately. Alright, you could attach photo, video, my location, voice note, contact, so it gives you the option to attach directly from the message. Let's go ahead and exit out of that. You see nice animations as you exit out. Let's go ahead and take a look at MetroTube, which is a third-party app. I believe it's 99 cents, but you can go ahead and get this downloaded. And in my opinion, I've downloaded all the YouTube apps for Windows Phone. I think this is the best. It just has the best. It's just gives you the most options, in my opinion. So MetroTube, really good app. Comes with Office, comes with all the Nokia apps such as Nokia Drive and Beta. It comes with here. Let's just go take a look at here. Okay, so you can see it's basically Nokia Maps for the most part. Okay, nice clean interface, super smooth pinch zoom. Exit out of that, you got the nice looking animation. Third-party apps, you want to see how third-party apps run? Let's go ahead and run Netflix here. You know, the days of a slab chocolate bar phone are behind us, but Nokia is basically defying that trend and saying, hey, we still think that there's a market out for this type of looking phone, and there is, truly there is. So I have no issues whatsoever with the build. I think the build is really nice, you know, thick or not, it feels good in the hand, and that's important to me. Alright, so of course there's something wrong with my network. Alright, there we go. Alright, so you can see, fast, instant, swipe over, get whatever you need to get, watch whatever you need to watch. Let's see if we can play this here. Okay. We'll just wait till that loads. It's so hot in LA today. It's gloomy outside, but it's really hot. It's been like this all summer thus far here. Sound quality, solid. Speakers in the back, so it might get muffled if you have the phone flat down like this. Video quality is great, really is. It's pretty solid. Even at a low connection, it's pretty solid, because you know the higher connection you have, the better quality of the video. So even at a low connection, which is what I have right now, it's still running pretty solid. I love the blacks, you know, an AMOLED blacks, you know, with the screen basically being all black. It looks like it's blending in with the bezel, which is really nice anytime you go in with a AMOLED phone. You can see right there, running Expendables. Let's exit out of that. Alright, you got Pandora now, which is fantastic. Still waiting for Instagram, but third-party Instagrams are still good enough. Music and videos. I don't think I have any music loaded on this at the moment, but let's just go ahead and take a look at this here. So music and videos, pretty self-explanatory. You could sync it with your Xbox Music Pass. Go back to that. Sync it with your Xbox Music Pass. I think you need the Zune software to transfer your music onto these devices, so keep that in mind. Photos, okay. Camera roll. The pictures here, again, pretty self-explanatory. If you swipe in, almost similar to Android, if you swipe in, you can get a grid of your pictures. And if you zoom in as such, you can't delete, you can't do anything like that. So what you have to do is you have to zoom back out, click right here on the 3 dot, and delete the photo as such. Okay, that's it. Exit out. The calendar, very minimal calendar, black background. You could change that to white if you have the white theme. Voicemail, obviously, the HC, flashlight, music, games. So, you know, Windows Phone. I mean, it's Windows Phone in all of its glory. I do think this is one of the best Windows phones out right now, if not the best. The 925 is coming out soon. And with that, and one of the reasons why it's the best, we're going to get to that in a minute, is because of the camera. See right here, it's got a Carl Zeiss Pure View camera. Fantastic flash, very bright. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take a look at the camera. Alright, the camera on this device is fantastic. You tap, take a picture. Alright, or of course you have the dedicated hardware key. So I can go ahead and just... That's rare these days on phones, guys. You don't see the dedicated hardware key. So it's super fast to take pictures, super great quality. And if you swipe to the left, or you swipe your finger to the right, you get all your photos that you've taken. But the quality on this device is fantastic in terms of the photos. There's my... odometer on my car, and you're not going to be able to technically see this in detail, but the detail is beautiful. I mean, it's literally probably the best camera I've used on a phone thus far. And that's saying a lot, because there's a lot of good camera phones out there right now with the S4 and obviously the iPhone 5 and whatnot. So it's a lot of competition out in the market, but they've done a really good job with this camera. I know a lot of people had issues with the 900 and 920 camera, but with this 928, I gotta say, it's optimized really nice. So I gotta give them a plus for the camera. Of course, you have NFC functionality on this device as well, which is really great to have NFC functionality. You also have internet sharing if you have that on your carrier. So tap and send is NFC functionality. You could turn that off, you could turn that on. Alright, you guys know, of course, how to multitask, because you just hold back, go back to where you were, and that's pretty much that. If you hold down, tell me the weather.
Starting weather.
So it starts the weather app, as opposed to like Siri or Google now giving you weather directly in the client. This actually takes you to the app. So let's just exit out of that. And if you hold the search button, it's going to take you to Bing search. Okay. Alright, so you have this barcodes feature, QR codes, etc. You also have the music feature, which is similar to what you get with Android and with iOS now. So let's exit out of there. And let's go check out some of these third-party apps. Alright, Office is really nice. People are still waiting for Office on other platforms, but you can see Office here, sample document, very simple. You can add pictures, you can edit as you so please. It's really nice. I mean, for what they're offering for a mobile device, I gotta say, look at this. I mean, this is a phone. Who would have thought you would have a document editing app like this on your device? So, you know, you can edit as you so please, exit out as you so please, edit out pictures. Okay, do as such. So there's a lot of options here with this, guys, which is really great. Okay, let's exit out of here. No, don't save. All right, you have sample presentations, you have sample spreadsheets. You know, you can obviously upload them to the cloud. You have various different options here with Office, so it's really cool. Office is really good on this. Speedtest.net, which is another great third-party app here that they've ported over to Windows Phone, which I'm happy about because I'm a big Speedtest.net guy. I'm always doing speed tests. So Speedtest.net we had right there. Okay. Wallet, which is like, you know, similar to Google Wallet. So you can pay with, you know, gift card or credit card, or you can input your information into that and pay directly through Google Wallet. And again, NFC enabled, obviously. And in terms of customizing your home screen, you guys know you could change the color background to white or black, and you could change the tile colors, which that's what it's limited to for the time being, but there's hacks to put wallpapers on it, so you know, keep that in mind, guys. And with 8.1, you're going to get a dedicated notification center, something you don't have right now, because you get that little notification up top. You may have a little badge here that says that you have 1 or 2 messages, 1 or 2 missed calls, 1 or 2 emails, but you're not going to know unless you glance at it, unless you glance at the actual notification. You're not going to know who it is that texts you. You don't have a notification center, basically, for the most part. So I know that with 8.1, or at least what I've read so far, it's something that they're going to definitely enhance. So looking forward to that. And other than that, in terms of speed, fluidity, overall use, it's fantastic. It's super fast, super smooth. Everything runs to the T. Everything's responsive to my touch. I've had no issues with the responsiveness of this device, and obviously you're going to get that with Windows Phone. You have all of the dedicated Nokia apps, such as Nokia Drive and all that good stuff. You can see right here Nokia Drive Beta. Okay, you got to download the voice and whatnot. I'm not going to do that now. Let's see, anything else here that we need to cover? Panorama, that's a really cool little thing here. So it's panorama picture, basically, Nokia panorama. So you can take a panorama photo. You know, you see how that works? Okay. And just to give you guys another quick glance at this camera here. Okay. Definitely a solid camera, front facing, right there. Good front facing camera, solid 8 megapixel back camera, and an overall solid phone.